Okay, welcome back to another episode of Andy's Toolbox. We got a tool haul today. As you can see, I got several packages here. And as I bring each one of these over to the workbench and unwrap it, uh, we'll have a look at it and talk about, how happy I am with the product. And we'll give everybody a look at the product as well. So, let's get right into it. Okay, over at the workbench now. Uh, First, we have these Philo wood handle chisel drivers. This is my second set of these. The first set was very nice. That's why I got a second set. Let's open these up and see how they look. Now, the first set I got was the chrome finish, and these are satin. So it's not a preference. I got these literally because they were cheaper. So I I prefer chrome, but you know, not a big deal. So okay, what's cool about this seller is that he gave me an awesome pen with a ruler on it. So, and let's see, how do you do this? Okay, so it's a roller kind. So that's kind of nice for free. It's got a level too, and this was free. Threw that in, and this guy is Detroit Metal Working Supply. So thanks, Detroit Metal Working Supply. Okay, so getting into this. Okay. Okay, so this is pretty much exactly the same thing that I've already had, and just didn't satin finish. And I can attest to that these are good screwdrivers because I've had my set for four or 5 years, and I beat the shit out of these flatheads, and I mean they stand up to real abuse. I've already dulled the tips on the Phillips, but uh, they weren't that bad, so they held up pretty well too. I mean, I used them for the past 5 years, and just recently, that's why I got this set, was mostly because the flatheads I have are still all right. They're a little bit dinged up, but the Phillips are all worn out. So I got more of these for the Phillips. So these have the striking thing on the back. Yep. Okay, so that's item number one. Moving on to item number two. Okay, item number two. As we move on in this haul, the values are going to increase on the products, and we'll get better to the grand finale, which I'm not going to tell you what that is yet, but it will be better. So, okay, opening this box up. Okay, this is one I'm really looking forward to. We have here is the Hazette hexamatic screwdrivers. Okay. I know the lighting coming in the garage is kind of making it hard to focus this camera, but there's a good look at it. Got some pictures. This box is very nice. I love Hazit stuff. They're a German company. I don't think these screwdrivers are hexamatic. There it is. Are made in Germany. I think they're made in the Czech Republic. See if we can see on here. I don't know. It says Germany, and I don't know. I'll investigate some of that German writing later on. My German isn't too hot at all. I could read it and pronounce it, and I know some of the words, but not enough to read a sentence and tell you what it means. So I'm just an American, just your average Joe, not bilingual or anything. Okay, so let's try to get these out of this damn box without damaging the box too bad. Hold on, guys, I gotta put you to the side real quick. Okay, got him out. Ooh. Let's get this box out of the way here. There we go. Now, I think I'm missing a driver. No, this is a 5-piece set, so there should be 3 flatheads, and there are. I really thought that these flatheads were going to be bigger. That's kind of disappointing. These are, in comparison to the Philo set that I just got, I thought that this flathead here was going to be, the large flathead was going to be comparable to that. But as you can see, I mean, that's a chintzy ass screwdriver, so not happy has it. That's kind of a burn right there. That should have been a full-size screwdriver. I mean, they did put a hex on it, right? So, yeah. Let's see how these let's see how this Phillip fits. At least I can go over here to my my thing here. This is where I test all my Phillips screwdrivers. Let's see here. It fits okay. So the Phillips is good. It fits real good. There's no slop in there. Let's get a good look at the tip. Word. Can you see that? Let's try and move the camera. Well, okay, this box is more terrifying than what's inside of it, so don't get too excited about it. But this is a Mac Tools order. Let's see here. It says somewhere on there. Yeah, right there, Mac Tools. Upside down, but you get it. Let's open her up. And we have here a Mac Tools grinding mask. Okay. Let me see if I can open this up. Alright guys, I gotta sit you down here for a second. Okay, she's open. So now this is a really nice setup here. Okay, so what this does is has a insulated band on it. Okay, and it says Mac Tools right there. Okay, and then it goes down like this. It hooks onto these little clips here, and that'll cover your face while you're grinding. See, I had a problem when I was refinishing my dining room table. When I was going at it with the angle grinder and the sanding pad, I blew a bunch of shit through my goggles because they're perforated, and one of these would have saved my eyes some pain. So I got one of these. So moving on to the next item. Okay, here at the bench, this is the grand finale. Okay, so let's see if I can get into this box here. By the way, all this stuff was packed really well for me. I sold my Snap-on Flank Drive Pluses on eBay because, well, the problem with some of my Snap-on stuff is that I get this stuff on eBay, and Snap-on wants to not warranty this stuff because I got it from a third party. So I sold my Flank Drive Plus wrenches for about $240. I got them for less, actually. I actually got them on a real good deal, but they were still relatively new. And I can't afford the $450 for a brand new set. So I was doing some searching, and I had it narrowed down between this set and a Hazet German made set, and I had to go with the American because I just know that. Oh, by the way, these are Caterpillar wrenches made by Snap-on. So still gotta have 75% of my stuff Snap-on, you know. This is still Snap-on, you know. So granted, it's cheaper than a Snap-on branded wrench. It is still made by Snap-on, and if you notice any of the similarities on this wrench, even the way that they stamp the USA on there is the same that Snap-on does. So I did some investigating, and basically for price and quality you can't beat this wrench set. So I got them, and I mean, just looking at how beautiful those are, I mean, those are beautiful wrenches, you know, beautiful. And the only thing that I was worried about with these wrenches is how thick they are, because if you notice, as I pull one of these out, the 19, they have this ridge right here. You see that? See that they fatten up. Okay, now some of you might already know that these are just like the Williams Super Combo wrenches, but and you probably know about that, but what I was worried about is this ridge being thicker than the head. And what we're going to do is come over here to the toolbox, and we're going to get my caliper out, and we're going to do a little measure on that real quick and see what we're working with here. So we gotta flip this over to metric because my SAE is not too hot. Let's see here, millimeters. Is that millimeters? Yep, millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to measure here first, and that is 8 millimeters. And then I'm gonna measure here, and that is about 8 millimeters. So it's about the same. So you should be able to get this wrench in anywhere that this head is getting in. So just to be sure, I'm gonna measure that one more time just to be sure. Okay, so that is 8 point, oh boy, I'm gonna have to edit some of this out. Okay. Okay, that is 8.70, and then up here is 8.69. So it's just a hair bit fatter on the handle, nothing major. So basically anywhere you can fit this head in, you can probably fit this handle in. So that's all I was concerned about, was the handle being way too big. Okay guys, a quick recap here. We have a Mac Tools grinding helmet now assembled. We have a Snap-on Caterpillar metric wrench set, and we have some Philo and Hazit screwdrivers. And the Hazit, I'm not happy with the size of the flatheads. If you're gonna buy the set, keep in mind that that those two sizes should be the same. It's the same basic screwdriver setup, 5-piece setup. So they kind of chinsed out on these screwdrivers. For the price, I probably wouldn't recommend these. The Phillips are good. You know, not worth it for the 5-piece set. These are great, and of course, everything else I'm happy with. So that'll wrap this episode of Andy's Toolbox up, and this is my tool haul for the month. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'm sorry for the poor lighting, and I'm sorry about having to set the camera down so much and get out of focus with my shots while I'm filming, because I had to unwrap packages with both of my hands, and I'm sorry about that, but I got to get you guys this footage so you can see what I'm buying and talk about the stuff that's going into my toolbox. As this channel grows and gets more interesting, we'll see some of these tools in action, and we'll have more content for you fellas out there in YouTube land. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.